Hello, and congratulations on your viewing of this Rogues Gallery video. It's about Galak-Z. Galak-Z is pretty fucking tight, actually. I like it a lot. Unfortunately, it's hard to do a video on because of the way it's structured. I considered just doing the endless mode, but the endless mode is super whack, and like if people saw it, they wouldn't think this game is good if they played it before, or if they hadn't played it before. So we're gonna play the campaign, and I'm gonna see you on the other side of this. Bye.
Nothing left to lose now.
So we're going to lose a bit of context for me skipping the tutorial, but it's mostly just learning to use the controls. A lady gets on your radio and tells you to come to this ship. And here we are. So what makes this game sort of weird is that the structure is that there are 4 seasons. Each season has 5 levels in it, and once you finish the season, you reset completely. All the levels in the season, of course, are randomly generated. I believe even the boss level has randomly generated dungeons in it. Dungeons being caves. Or ships. We'll see that soon enough. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to talk about with Galak-Z. But it's, like I said, it's real good. I dig the aesthetic. I dig the controls. I dig, like, everything about it. Except the ending. So now we are on the Exilios. This nice lady is Beam.
You made it back.
And we can begin playing Galak-Z.
I have a plan. Fight the Imperials, strike at their heart.
ATAC, you're the only pilot left.
What?
After the ambush, the fleet. They're all gone. And our ship, the Exilios, is running out of water, power, oxygen.
Did you signal for help?
Our long-range communications and navigation are offline.
That's bleak. That's tough. I don't know what you'll do.
You're our only hope for survival. Can you keep us alive while I get our systems back online?
Okay. I may be a new pilot, but lucky for you, I'm amazing. You can count on me.
I will. Fingers crossed. I'm getting a signal. We need warp crystals.
Hey kid, looks like you picked up some of my lucky crash coins while you were out. Let me take those.
So here we have our shop.
For some crucial salvage.
I happen to have collected quite a few coins, which are the currency that persists between runs. And now I can buy a million things that I don't need, but I'm gonna buy anyway. So I'll buy some ship boosters, a laser upgrade, and that's really all that's good here. All these items are randomly generated in the shop. You can add more items by finding blueprints in the levels. So here we can mess with our laser fire. I put on auto fire, and that's really all I have. Let's get on with it. Let's do our first mission. I will probably only do the first 2 seasons, depending on how fast I can get through these. The first one's pretty easy. Second one is also
we need
pretty
warp
easy.
Crystals so we can get home and warn Earth.
So here we are
After the
in space.
Imperial ambush, it's hard to know who to trust.
For now, crystals. You can always trust in crystals.
We bring up a map of space. It looks a bit like this. Almost every map is going to look like this. Sometimes there's going to be 2 giant balls, but there's like a giant ball that's a cave or a ship. You go in there and you clear it out. Nothing really in the rest of space. Maybe some enemies.
Take that! Receiving fire!
Speaking of them, Oh, nice. Okay. For a second I was worried I didn't have some of the abilities you get later, but you do.
Ching.
Anyway, we've got purple dots and green dots. My man up here, this purple dot, this is the Empire ship. They are one of the generic enemy types. They fly around, they shoot, they can do most of the stuff you can do. They also have shields, and not much health. Nothing has much health in Season 1. This little green guy here is a bug. They are primarily melee combatants. So notice up in the top left corner I have a map. It's segmented out into little blocks. That's a trap. Fly too close to this guy. That happens.
Shields down. Oh, it is on.
So yeah, all of the levels are made up of these like central dungeons, each with randomly generated layout for blocks.
What is it, amateur hour? Shields out.
Probably not going to see too much in the way of environmental hazards or weird stuff in here quite yet. That's more Season 2, 3, and 4. So we're just going to try to get through this as quick as we can.
Huh? Hey, here! Laters.
So the real highlight of Galak-Z is the movement. You've seen by now I can boost around. It moves as you might expect a spaceship to in 0G. If I stop hitting thrusters, I still just go forward. If I reverse, it takes a while before I get momentum to do it. You're not given these abilities immediately in Season 1, but I seem to have them anyway. They are strafing, moving left and right, and the dodge, which lets you jump over stuff. And using strafe and dodge successfully is more or less the heart of the game. You may also be wondering why I'm just like wandering around going to areas where the objective is not. And that's because there are always ship abilities scattered around the level.
Shields out.
So if I can find one, which look like that, I can get stuff like a new laser. This one's the bounce shot. Bounces off walls. It can't hurt you, thankfully, but it makes aiming and hitting things a lot easier. Or rather, not aiming and still hitting things. Can miss me with that weapon accuracy shit. We also have missiles. The longer you hold down the button, the longer the lock-on stays, and the more missiles you get. It's sort of a Star Fox 64-ish, kind of.
My shield! Right up the tailpipe.
This is space junk. We collect this to buy upgrades. And here we have our objective and a ship ability. Nice.
That is a dead bug. Equipped and on board.
More missiles. Missiles are kind of garbage, actually.
Beam. I got all the crystals.
I rarely use them.
Come on down.
If you panic in the later levels, I guess they're okay. If you really need to kill something, but most of the time you'll be using just the standard ship. Oh man!
I found a human.
If I have unlocked all my abilities, does that mean? Oh, I can do it. Nice. All right, I'm gonna save that for later, though.
Leave the fighting to the big boys. I'm hit.
Let's just bounce out of here. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna try to speedrun this as fast as I can, not worry about ship upgrades or anything. Because like I said, Season 1's pretty easy, especially with having these abilities unlocked early.
There's no escape.
Oh, this is like level exit. There's always enemies around here when you come over.
See ya.
The #1 way to kill things in this game is to strafe around them in a circle. The ultimate pilot technique that no one can deal with.
Beam.
Oops.
I'm at the warp point.
Changed into a robot again. Stop it.
Extraction.
It's a shameful display. Alright. And and that is your typical Galak-Z level. You get a score at the end, which impacts your salvage. I also found a crash coin somewhere, which I don't need at all, but whatever.
We've got to patch up the Excelios.
So it looks like we've got armor plating, which is actually a really good ability. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of something else. It is not. Armor plating just gives you temporary health, which I guess I'll buy because I have way too much money. Like, way too much money.
I'm detecting scrap.
Most of these rocks can be shot through eventually. Some larger ones take a
A
while.
lot of places. Asteroids, failed mining operations.
One extremely important thing relating to health is shields. They've gone down several times as I've fought, but at the bottom near my health are the two little blue ticks that are shields. Once you lose those, you start taking health damage. The important thing is they come back pretty quick. So in the later seasons, when things are actually hard, it's always a good idea to just bail if you lose your shields. Like, there's really nothing stopping you from just running away. It does get a bit harder, some enemies get faster, but generally, if you lose your shields, just disengage, just get out of there.
Another one down.
Another good way to kill enemies that they are really not equipped to deal with is just to boost straight at them and then jump over them.
What is it, amateur hour? Time hit!
Fights actually get kind of hard in close quarters. Out in, like, space, with all the room to boost around your grid, everything is great. In tight quarters, though, that's when Galak-Z gets a bit more difficult. This game is not going to let me do things the easy way.
Receiving fire!
Also, if I was smart, I'd lead these guys into this thing here and have it pop their shields instead of mine. But that was not the play.
Get that scrap and we fix up the Excelios.
I saw this guy before, I didn't talk about him.
Space junk.
Oh no! Alright, that's a turret. Let me get rid of him.
Target destroyed.
This is Crash. He just hangs out. He'll sell you stuff. Can't afford anything, so never mind.
My shields!
All scrap collected.
Should fix us up for
But
now.
yeah, the dogfighting in this game feels real good. It's very nice. It handles viscerally. It takes like an hour to actually get used to how it works, but after that, it feels real nice. Probably one of the better roguelites that I've played. Although I can understand why some people were like, this game's not that much of a roguelite. But it is. They're wrong. Let's bail on this place.
Lucky shot!
Let's take care of this guy real quick.
My shields are down!
Even missiles don't eat through shields on a lot of enemies.
Next time.
Missiles are really good for taking out small guys. Against big guys,
Welcome back.
they kind of won't cut it. I mean, they'll do some damage, but you're gonna have to finish up with the laser. Alright, what do we got next?
I know you hate bugs, but
Same old stuff, so let's skip on that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and show off an ability you get in Season 2. Just because I feel like I only really need to show off one season of this game. As much as I like it,
ATAC.
maybe I'll do other videos later.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
I need you to find their cave and destroy them so the Axelios can pass safely through.
Beam, I hate bugs.
Then you should have no problem killing them.
So let's see if we can get to the cave first. Also, you notice I'm always boosting. That is my #1 Galak-Z rule. Always be going fast. You do have a boost gauge up in the top right. You run out eventually, but boosting's pretty sweet. Do it all the time. Alright, so something you learn in Season 2, but that I have access to because I've beaten the game. Actually, let me grab this salvage first. The Galak-Z can also be a robot. And as a robot, you can do cool stuff like, well, not grab that guy. You have a shield. It'll eat a few hits. You also have a sword.
Right up the tailpipe.
Let's see if I can find a friend. You can grab things. You can't hold on to them for very long, but
Damn bugs!
I want to take my friend for a ride over here. Give him a dunk. You can also charge the sword for a better hit.
Oh, gross.
Honestly, I think the mech is not super great. It has its uses, but I prefer to be the actual ship more often than not. The mech is just too fragile. Not having the maneuverability is kind of a killer most times.
I'll destroy you. Show yourself.
I got confused for a second. This area has a second dungeon. Yeah, I feel like the mech is just like a really good way to get yourself killed against certain enemies by having to be right up in their face. You do have a shield, but for guys like the Hammerhead here, things get a bit harder. I'd much rather have distance between myself and them.
Well played. Ka-ching.
Little guys, though, it's fine.
Woo! Leave the fighting to the big boys.
Engaging enemy. Take that.
Also important note, the mech can shoot lasers back. Which works better against some enemies than others. Some enemies have really, really big projectiles, and shooting them back is amazing. Against others, though, not going to do you much good. Anyway, let's kill these last two bugs. Might see something up here. So different factions are actually hostile to one another. So I think these two guys are fighting right now. Yeah. Which is a good way to, like, distract enemies if you don't feel like dealing with them. Just throw one into the other and see what happens.
Beam! All bugs are gone.
Copy. Return to the war point.
Stop hiding, coward.
Camera was not cooperating. So I could try to use that warp point, but it takes a second to spin up, so if there are enemies around, they'll just kind of chew you up. So I might as well murder these dudes.
And that's mine. Oh, well played. Bug-free ATAC at the warp point.
Copy. Bringing you in.
And now, our final mission.
I'm hungry.
At least I thought. I might be wrong, actually. Either way, I can buy some stuff. I don't need any of this stuff, though. Let's grab the double lasers. And we'll get even more health. More health. More boost. Don't worry about anything else. I guess I can't count. I guess I get one more. Not counting this one. One thing I keep forgetting to mention is the titles and the authors of the episode are randomly generated as well, which I thought was neat.
Food crates. You'll have to shoot them open.
Won't that ruin the food?
Nope, it's space food. It's resilient.
Take that!
Also, notice when I boost, there's this little blue circle around me. That is how much noise I'm making. If I don't make noise and I just kind of move past an enemy without them being in their viewport, I sneak past them. I don't have to fight them, which comes in handy in the later levels. I say that a lot. That makes me want to like play. I could try endless mode, I guess. Endless mode is really whack, but it's probably the fastest way to show off that the game is actually hard without playing through every season.
Stupid Empire! Take a hit! Receiving fire!
Should murder these guys first, though.
I know you're here. Sensor scanning.
Another one down. This is bad.
Got him. Don't bite me.
Ooh, he wasn't bad. I got him.
What's that? Taking damage. Show yourself.
You should see a food crate in a second.
Okay.
That was a mistake. Oh well. Let's just take care of that.
You and your Empire! My shield is down.
All food collected.
Good job. Return to warp.
Oh, well played.
This is a surprisingly large dungeon, but they do get bigger as missions go by.
Ka-ching!
This is getting kind of heavy.
Enemy spotted!
This is not the way out of here. Where am I going?
Run, human! Face me!
Oh, so that speed boost is really putting in the work right now.
What's that?
Yes.
Hey, we've got the accuracy laser.
I've been hit! Shields out!
That thing actually is great, because I can't aim worth a shit. And the spread does not help. But now I got a narrow spread. Ish. The longer you hold down the fire button, the more erratic your shots get.
See me! Don't hide, coward!
Laters.
Stupid Empire! Feel my wrath! Stronger than expected!
Better luck next time. Ooh. At warp.
I don't know why I'm even bothering with money at this point, but hey, what are we gonna do? Alright, this is the last one for real.
ATAC, I think I found a way of getting navigation online.
That's good news.
There's a power signature that maps to the ship. Interesting thing, though. It's moving.
That's bad news.
If you find it, we can warn Earth in time.
That's great news. I can be the biggest hero of all time.
Yep, absolutely.
So every 5th mission has a boss. Kind of, I guess. There are some missions that are unique. But it's sufficient to say a boss.
Hey, Beam. Why is the power signature moving?
Could be a couple things. It could be drifting quickly through space. It could be...
Inside a giant bug?
Oh, probably not. Definitely not.
Yeah, how do you know?
I just do.
Boom!
Got you now. Taking damage. Shields down. Face me.
And I'm a robot now, so I guess I'll just live with that. I'm not really supposed to be a robot in this season, as I mentioned, so I wonder how he would fare against the boss. I'm thinking pretty well, actually.
I saw something. What's that? Surrender now.
Dead bug. Money in the bank.
I see him.
Oh hey, one of these guys. So this would give me a chance to show off bouncing stuff back, maybe.
Arrogant fish face.
I wasn't getting this weird slowdown here. Got him.
It's upon you. Machines are down.
The game seems unhappy right now.
Taking Imperial fire.
You can't run.
Also, I just lost like 3 of my health for doing nothing almost. I wouldn't say nothing, I would say being really bad at the game, but that was a catastrophe. So here we have White Tusk, our first boss.
You're near the power signature.
It is White Tusk Beam.
He's
I
not
told
super
you, I told
dangerous.
you
He
was
likes to
real.
go in a circle and try to bite at you. You really just have to like follow his tail and watch out for the occasional things he spits out that I keep getting hit by.
Man, I hate bugs. Yeah, no shields.
If you were smart, you would also use missiles in Cavity.
Oh, gross, gross, gross! Ah, it's gonna snap.
All in all,
I
not
did
too
it.
hard.
I destroyed it. White Tusk is squished for all time.
ATAC, are you okay?
That was a huge jolt.
You're fine. Just added a lot of power to your system is all.
That's all? That's all? The ship is glowing.
Get back to warp point as fast as you can.
All right. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, I'm at the warp point.
Let's get those nav systems online.
I just hope my ship is okay.
So yeah, the bug juice is a catalyst for becoming the cool mech. But there you go, that's a season of Galak-Z. The easiest one, but still a season. People who were like, man, Galak-Z won't make a good video. Well, you were fucking right. But the fact that I actually sat down and finally played this game was definitely worth it, because it's real good. Alright, now I'm going to do something I don't want to do. So as I said, this game has an endless mode. It was released as a Season 5. The reason I don't like it is because it's like boring, nausea-inducing, I don't know, all kinds of different things. Let's play.
Let's hunt down that Baron. Again and
So in the
again,
Void, you
we
start with a
have
slightly better ship.
out there.
I don't have any salvage, so we're just gonna roll on in there and see what we can do. So the point of this game is to get to the end checkpoint, also to get a high score, which I care less about, but this will give us at least a chance to see a lot of different enemy types and environmental hazards.
Stupid Empire! Take that!
Also different upgrades like this double shot. If I touch that black stuff, it's not going to go well for me.
Lucky shot! You and your Empire! Okay. Get him! Okay, damn it!
Oh, well played.
Arrogant face coming in hot! You are gonna die!
Better luck next time.
Also, when I was talking about enemies getting more health in different seasons, enemies have a lot of health in the Void. Like, way too much. They do in Season 4 as well, but... Hey, yellow dots. Yellow dots are raiders. They're sort of like the Empire, except they tend to be more close-range combat, sort of run up and shoot you in the face. Hopefully that bug is going to take care of my problems, or not.
Damn raiders!
Alright, there go my shields. These guys are actually one of my most hated enemy types.
Raider psycho, get off me!
Hello, the
I feel like I should probably be a mech for this guy. Right, we're in too deep now. There's no turning back.
Another one down.
Mech does have its uses sometimes, but more often than not I just get wrecked when I go against those guys as a mech.
Gross. Yes. Awesome. Upgrade.
So I can also throw this tank at that guy.
I feel no pain.
I don't know if that worked the way I expected it to.
And that's
If I had to go out on a limb, I would say no.
Yes.
Yes.
Your time has come.
He wasn't bad.
Yeah, so if you can pin those guys down, then you can take care of them pretty easy. Also, I can't express how much I hate the rotating screen. This is... I don't know about this. I don't think I like this upgrade.
Damn raiders!
made it through level 1 of the Void. I have actually not played this mode much. I played like 2 levels and I was like, no, I'm out. This sucks. But between levels, you get to upgrade your ship a bit.
Hey.
So I should probably buy more health.
Never mind.
And I can't really afford anything else. I don't last too long, but considering what's happening right now, I think that's a safe bet.
Stupid Empire! Damn you! Lucky shot! Yes!
See ya! Money in the
Kill me! You and your Empire!
Better luck next time.
Stupid Empire! They're all really angry.
You weren't bad.
This guy will shred out shields. If I can get him past there.
My shields are blown! No shields!
Oh, I got my shields.
My shields are gone! Damn you!
Oh, well played.
Receiving fire! My shields are blown!
So I do actually have some lore to share while I'm here. I actually looked this up. So the base game has let's say an unfinished ending, I would say. And when they decided to release free DLC, basically, with the money they had to make a Season 5, they decided that one of the complaints they got about this game was that it was too difficult. So instead of putting the budget into a real Season 5, they put it into making an arcade mode with checkpoints, so it's not like a true roguelite. And then they used the rest of their money for the Void, the Endless mode. And that sucks. But I suppose that's what the people wanted, so there you go. That's at least the lore I read from the an AMA on Reddit.
Target destroyed.
Next time.
Cool.
Alright, I'm not doing too bad.
Taking damage! Yes! Disgusting creature!
Sucks. I've made a mistake. Flipfire's not good.
It's a dead box.
Flipfire I can only fire 5 times and I have to reload.
Shields out! Found the human! Yes! I'm hit! Shields down! I've been hit! Taking Imperial fire! For the Empire!
Alright, I'm done with this.
No shields! I've lost my shields! Need cover! Enemies of the Empire!
Move to the exit.
Tango! Tango! Raiders Psycho down me!
Shields down.
You'll be mine! Back up! It's
out here. What a good dude.
Shoot me! Enemy spotted! Hey! Taking damage!
Not helping me out that much, though. Not just gonna give me a break.
Taste the might of the Empire!
One thing I haven't shown, when you grab someone, you can use them as a shield or just like punch them for a bit. Punching doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it can break shields, I guess.
Shields out!
Fine.
You fought as well as you explode. Ooh.
Damn, look at all those points. How good am I at video games?
Hey, hold on a sec. Attack? Attack? Huh? I just got that.
Temp Shields is a super good ability no matter where you are. Just gives you one more shield, and as long as you don't get all your shields popped, it'll always come back. Let's get more health, and then this thing. So I'm on level 3 right now. The last time I checked the leaderboard, the highest guy got to level like 53, maybe 57. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do one more level, and then I'll have shown off endless mode sufficiently.
That's it. That's it.
Well played.
Nice shot, jerk.
I'm getting attacked by a madman!
I am getting blown up here. This dude just will not stay still.
Prepare to die! Take that!
But they smoked that on the outside.
My mate! All their back! Taking
Oh
fire!
hey, Hammerhead.
Damn you and your empire!
Alright, my life might be over pretty soon.
Direct hit! Hit! Pathetic. No!
Shields out.
Take that, maggot! I'm hit! Take that! You're finished now!
That would probably be a good time for some missiles.
Less painful than expected. Arrogant fish face, coming in hot!
Shields down. He wasn't bad.
Oof. Me and my 1 health made it.
And that's mine.
Alright, got some bounce shot.
Yes.
Freezing bounce shot. And there I go. Well, that was endless mode. That was Galak-Z. That was the Rogues Gallery video. Next one in, I have no idea. Bye.